All right, guys, this episode is near and dear to me because when you find a clone fragrance that is only $20 for 100 ml, that is so precisely well done in terms of the fragrance it's inspired by, going after cloning, whatever you want to call it, your hat immediately has to be taken off and you need to just bow. You need to show respect because it is hard in this clone game to have quality, closeness to the inspiration, and have a price that's competitive because people start learning about it fast and it blows up and starts getting more expensive. This fragrance has remained 20 bucks, and to me, when we talk about clones, this should go in the top 10 most accurate clones of all time, and people don't even talk about it, and I think it's due to the price, but we're going to talk about it. Strap up. All right. Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the afternoon. Make sure to turn on your notifications. We drop videos every single morning, and we're going to continue to do that. I've been consistent. Go look on my channel right now. For the last 40, 50 days, we have dropped a video every single day, and I think that contributes to why the channel is growing so fast, approaching about 30 subscribers, approaching about 30,000 viewership so far. It's been a blessing. I just do this as a hobby. I know I'm going to run out of content one day, but as long as I keep buying fragrances and keep finding great things to talk about in this community, I will provide value on this channel. So we're just going to take it as far as it can go. Today, we've got a beautiful fragrance here from the house of Maison Alhambra. We have Cassius. And I mix Cassius with Cassius. This is Cassius. Sorry, guys. Maison Alhambra. Listen to me, guys. This is a tough one because there's a bunch of stuff from this line of Maison Alhambra with these shaped bottles that, we've got latent clones. There's a couple other ones. Listen, ignore all that stuff because most of that stuff's trash. This Cassius fragrance right here is cloning Parfums de Marly Carlisle. Guys, it's scary. It's scary how close it is. It's scary how it maintains its beast mode, projection, sillage, and longevity, all in this 100 ml bottle for $20. Guys, I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. The very few people I do see that have reviewed this fragrance absolutely love it. What is the doubt? When you put your nose to this, the moment you smell it, you will know it's Carlisle, guys. Carlisle's an incredible fragrance. I liken it to it's got like, oh, that was a cool freeze. It's got like this warm, spicy, it almost comes off Spice Bomb Extreme / Tom Ford's Noir Extreme / Memo Paris's African Leather. I always call that fragrance like the expensive tiger piss because it's just so ambery yet zingy and zesty. But out of all those fragrances, guys, to me, in that realm of DNA profile, I would put Carlisle as number one, Tom Ford Noir Extreme as number two, close second. It's just a preference battle because there's a level of sophistication that Tom Ford's Noir Extreme has that Parfums de Marly Carlisle does not have. Okay? It's kind of like they both tie for first place, but I would use them circumstantially in different occasions because I feel like Tom Ford really toned down the spice and maintained just a level of masculinity and class that is just a step up from what Carlisle and Spice Bomb and African Leather do. They kind of stay in the realm of sweet, zingy, warm, ambery vanilla, which is cute and all, but I'm interested in the background of that kind of linear DNA because that's what takes it to upscale manhood and like just showstopperness to me, because that whole ambery vanilla spice DNA is so overdone and it's so familiar. With that being said, guys, I have actual Carlisle right over here. I'm not making this up. It's Carlisle. Now let me say this as well. What I love about Carlisle, guys, sorry, back to my ranking real quick. I know I'm going schizo here. Tom Ford and Noir and Carlisle tie up front for that kind of category of DNA. Then after that, I think it's African Leather, and then I think it's Spice Bomb Extreme / Spice Bomb Infrared in terms of the hierarchy of class and sophistication and my personal preference, top to bottom. So I gotta have a Carlisle clone. And I just cannot believe how close they got, guys. I mean, this is like 95%. It lacks the tiniest bit of sophistication and depth that Carlisle has, but rightfully so. This is 95% close, guys. You won't even, by the time you get the fragrance and start putting it on your skin, you're going to start just calling it Carlisle and forget the subtle nuance of between the two fragrances. Okay. I want to make this episode short because it's blind buy worthy. 100 ml, $20. Projection, scent trail, longevity, beast mode, 8 hours plus. Sophistication, quality, ingredients. Some people, if they're being picky, might say that this is a little bit synthetic. Maybe in the opening, just because it lacks a little bit of depth, so it can kind of just come off as ambery vanilla spice and nothing much else, so it kind of reads synthetic. Because, you know, the sweetness isn't going to be like organic vanilla. The spice isn't going to be potpourri fresh spice. It's just going to be a touch of those. But the quality to me is there. And more importantly, it's not about test strip. It's about skin. When you put this on your skin, it warms up. It assumes the position. You know what I'm saying? That the role it's supposed to play. And it'll smell Carlisle. Carlisle. I cannot believe the projection, longevity, and sillage of this fragrance. Real quick, just so we get the kind of technical analysis. I didn't see Cassius on Fragrantica, so unfortunately we're stuck with this little website here. This fragrance always sits around $20, guys, and it is just, oh my gosh, guys, it is just, you must have it. If you have Spice Bomb Extreme, if you have Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, if you have Carlisle, obviously this is redundant. But if you don't have those originals and you're only sitting on the African Leather clone or Armaf Odyssey Homme, actually, you know, Armaf Odyssey Homme and Cassius might be a little bit redundant together because they're like close cousins, but they're so masterfully done. You know, Carlisle does smell different than Spice Bomb Extreme and Tom Ford's Noir slightly. So for $20 in my eyes, you spend $40, you get a fragrance that smells like Carlisle and a fragrance that smells like Tom Ford Extreme. That's an absolute steal. But if you were penny pinching, you either get Odyssey Homme because you favor Tom Ford Noir Extreme and Spice Bomb Extreme more than Carlisle. But Carlisle to me is the superior fragrance in terms of the sophistication. It's absolutely insane. So the clone would fall in line with that. Okay, on the top, guys, we have nutmeg and green apple paired with a luxurious medley of tonka bean and rose. The dry down is patchouli and vanilla. Yeah, now let's just talk about something real quick. When this says that the top note is nutmeg and green apple, this is not... Guys, you really should just put your nose on Carlisle, a sample of Carlisle, so you can appreciate the OG. I think that's almost an absolute necessity, no-brainer. Smell that before you smell this so you can truly appreciate this masterclass of a clone. But when it says nutmeg and green apple up top, we are not talking about Rasasi Hawass green apple. We are not talking about... what is the blue fragrance that I'm missing here? I just did a Nautica Voyage. We are not talking about Nautica Voyage green apple. We're not talking about Lacoste red apple. This green apple is like a bowl of green Granny Smith apples, okay? They have been poured with olive oil on the top, cut in half, and roasted in a grill or over a pan, and have just been seared with a fine refined oil into a caramelized beauty. This is warm, subdued green apple, more leaning on ambery, and the green apple is more just a touch of this zingy sweetness. You know, the sweetness that you get from that kind of spicy, sweet vibe that you get from Tom Ford Noir Extreme or Spice Bomb Extreme or Infrared. You guys know that sweet potpourri, warm amber, on fire red type of note. You get that with the Carlisle. It's not green apple like a blue fragrance green apple. Nowhere near that. This is wine reduction, mostly ambery green apple, touch of nutmeg. And then that bottom with the tonka bean and rose, the rose kind of freshens it up. The tonka bean just adds to that sweet richness with the nutmeg and the green apple. It's a very sweet fragrance. I think exactly on par with the level of sweetness you'd get from Odyssey Homme Black Edition. But it's Carlisle, guys. I wish I could tell you. The thing that you need to know is Carlisle to me is superior to Memo Paris's African Leather, because I feel like African Leather stays in the realm of that kind of expensive tiger piss, zingy, zesty. It's ambery and fruity, but more leaning on kind of this animalic amber that comes off to me like an expensive tiger piss, for lack of a better word. But you guys will know what I'm talking about. If you ever compare African Leather, and I love African Leather, like I actually love the zing of it. It's like a showstopper of a fragrance. When you walk in a room, people know like, whoa, zingy, zesty, amber, spice, boom, it's cutting through everything, right? But Carlisle tones that zesty, zingy side and leans more into the sweet spice. And I think it's just more of a sophisticated layering going on. The rose, the tonka bean. I think those were what African Leather needed. But I would definitely circumstantially jump between the two. I just find Carlisle to be more of a classy fragrance because of the way that they've treated the amber, the sweetness, the floral, etc. And again, I believe it's better than Spice Bomb. Again, it sits neck and neck with Tom Ford Noir Extreme, but if I had to blind grab for myself, I'm going Carlisle over Tom Ford, but Tom Ford on the right day will be better than Carlisle in my mind. Whatever. Cassius is absolutely phenomenal. Clone rating, we're giving it a 95% out of 100. It just lacks a little bit of the depth. Look at the ingredients here, guys. $20 fragrance, 100 ml, ageless fragrance. I'm just telling you guys, you want this in your collection. I don't care if you're 15 or you're 55 years old. You want this in your fragrance. This is a fragrance where the age will just dictate how beast mode you want this to come off, because it's a beast mode fragrance. Cold. I want to say this would shine in colder weathers, but because of its beast modeness and its apple and whatever, I think this is any season, any reason, truthfully. Okay? Any season, any reason. It'll have a certain vibe. It'll have more of the Spice Bomb Noir Extreme effect in cold climate. In warm climate, the apple will carry it, I feel. You know what I'm saying? Typically in hot weather, you guys are reaching for your blues and your freshies and your earthies and your vetivers and your Elysium type stuff. Okay, obviously that's going to take precedence over a fragrance like Cassius. But this is so beast mode that when you want to have a showstopper in slightly warmer weather, any season, any reason, guys. Masterclass of a clone. Projection, sillage, and longevity north of 8 hours. I give it a 9 out of 10 on the beast mode scale. I can see Carlisle going not just for weather. I could see it date night, anniversary, suit and tie, semi-formal, special occasion, running errands, but you just want to look like a boss who just has buttloads of money and can afford expensive fragrances. So shoot, you're going to wear it to a Fry's. You're going to wear it grocery shopping, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't dress super casually wearing Cassius. I will say that. Like, even if you're going to wear like warm weather beach clothes or something like that, make sure you're wearing, your name brands. You got fitted clothing. You're not all baggy. This for casual wear, you still want to look the part of a casual, sophisticated man. And this is just incredible, guys. Again, they've done it. There's not much else to be said. And somehow we still got to 15 minutes because I'm trying to convince you guys to buy it, even though I don't earn a single nickel from this. Cassius is a certified monster of a fragrance, and they did a phenomenal job. I mean, I would buy 2-3 bottles of these just to have this on deck, and you should too. Do you guys have Cassius? I know it's a sleeper. People sleep on this fragrance because I look at all the channels, and I know y'all aren't covering that this much. You know what I'm saying? But it really is the most slept on. Maison Alhambra is very hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they kill it. Sometimes they just kind of do the bare minimum on ingredients and get you kind of in the door of a fragrance. No, this one oversold, outdid themselves. And the fact that they're giving it to you for 20 bucks, they're handing it to you for free. It's insane. Anyways, go cop this fragrance, guys. Tell me what you think about it. Put your nose on it. Blind Buy worthy. This is Maison Alhambra's Cassius, inspired by Parfums de Marly Carlisle, and they nailed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notification bell on. And until next time, love y'all. You've been rocking with me in the scent bubble, and we're out.